Okay, let me just ask you this, have you ever seen something online that completely stopped you in your tracks? You know, that moment where you're scrolling, maybe not even looking for anything special, and suddenly, boom, you spot something that makes you do a double take. That's exactly what happened with these news set leaks from Mike Flanagan's upcoming Clayface movie. Because out of nowhere, we just got our first real look at the Joker in the DCU. Yeah, the Joker. But not in a Batman movie, not even in a solo Joker film. Instead, right in the middle of a Clayface project. And honestly, it's blowing people's minds. Now, you might be wondering, wait a second, the Joker in this movie? How does that even fit? Clayface is usually Batman's villain, not exactly someone you'd expect to share the screen with Gotham's clown prince of crime. And trust me, you're not alone in thinking that. Fans everywhere are asking the same question. But here's the thing. Sometimes the best surprises are the ones that don't make sense at first. And once you dig deeper, you start to realize it might just be a genius move. So, in this video, let's talk about everything. What the images show, how this Joker looks compared to all the ones we've seen before, why Mike Flanagan of all people is the perfect director to bring him into this world, and how this little surprise could actually set up something way bigger in the DC universe. Alright, so let's start with the obvious, the Joker himself. The leaked set images show us a Joker that looks completely different from the versions we're used to. And that's saying a lot, because over the years, we've seen a bunch of different takes on him. We had Heath Ledger's gritty anarchist, Joaquin Phoenix's lonely and broken soul, and even Jared Leto's flashy, tattoo-covered club king. Each one stood out in its own way. But this Joker? He feels like something else entirely. From the look of it, he's darker. He's creepier. Honestly, he looks like he stepped straight out of a horror movie. His whole vibe feels unsettling in a way that's hard to pin down. And when you think about who's behind this film, it suddenly makes perfect sense. Because this isn't just any director. This is Mike Flanagan. The same guy who gave us Dr. Sleep, The Haunting of Hill House, Midnight Mass, and The Fall of the House of Usher. Basically, the man knows how to crawl under your skin and make you feel a chill without even realizing it. If anyone was gonna reinvent Joker in a way that feels fresh and terrifying, it's him. And let's be honest for a second, don't you kind of love that? We've seen Joker as a criminal mastermind, as a tragic loner, as chaos incarnate. But we haven't really seen him as pure horror. The kind of character that makes you feel uneasy just by being on screen. That's exactly the angle Flanagan seems to be leaning into, and I think it could work beautifully, especially in a story about Clayface. Now, that brings us to the big question. Why Clayface? I mean, Clayface is one of Batman's classic villains, sure. But he's not usually the guy you'd expect to headline his own movie. He's the tragic actor Basil Carlo, a man who turns into a monster after his obsession with his craft goes too far. His story is usually about identity, loss, and the horror of transformation. So, again, what's Joker doing here? Well, here's where the theories start to get really interesting. Some fans think Joker might be the one who pushes Clayface over the edge. Maybe he manipulates him, maybe he tempts him, or maybe he just gets in his way and makes everything spiral out of control. It wouldn't be the first time Joker played puppet master in someone else's tragedy. Another possibility? Clayface and Joker could actually join forces. Imagine that for a second. Clayface with his shape-shifting terror, and Joker with his unpredictable chaos. That's the kind of nightmare duo you don't even want to think about. And if there's one filmmaker who could pull that off in a way that feels terrifying but also grounded in character, it's Mike Flanagan. But here's the part most people don't know, Flanagan has actually been dreaming about making a Clayface movie for years. Long before James Gunn and Peter Safran came in to reshape DC Studios, Flanagan pitched the idea to Warner Brothers. He wanted to tell a story that treated Clayface with the same depth and respect as other iconic villains. And guess what? James Gunn loved it. So much, in fact, that he made sure it became part of the brand new DCU roadmap. That says a lot. Why? Because it shows that DC is finally ready to take risks. For so long, superhero movies have stuck to the same safe characters: Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, rinse and repeat. But bringing in Clayface, and now even Joker in this unexpected way, proves that the new DC universe isn't afraid to expand and explore. They're digging into the deeper, weirder corners of the comic book world. And honestly, that's exactly what fans have been wanting. Now here's where it gets even more exciting. If Joker is showing up in this movie, it means one big thing: DC is planting seeds. They're not rushing to throw Batman into the spotlight right away. Instead, they're slowly weaving in the pieces around him. Joker popping up in Clayface's story is the perfect way to tease Gotham without actually diving straight into another Batman reboot just yet. It builds anticipation. It makes fans lean forward and wonder, when is Batman going to show up? What's his Gotham going to look like in this new DCU? And let me give you a little tip here: if DC is bold enough to introduce Joker like this, don't expect him to be a small cameo. That wouldn't make sense. No, if Joker's here, he's here for a reason. And that reason is probably much bigger than we realize right now. My guess? This Joker is going to be sticking around, popping up in other stories, and becoming a cornerstone of the new DC universe. Now, let's take a moment to just think about how smart this is. For years, we've had different versions of Joker scattered across different timelines and projects. Some connected, some not. It got confusing. But now, DC seems to be setting up their Joker. A Joker who isn't just part of one movie, but part of the bigger plan. And introducing him through a director like Flanagan? That's genius, because it makes him stand out right from the start. So, now it's your turn. What do you think of this new Joker design? Do you like the creepier, horror-inspired look, or do you prefer the more traditional clown vibe we've seen in the past? Personally, I think it's refreshing to see DC trying something different. But I really want to hear your thoughts, because fans are split on this one. Some people love it, others aren't so sure. So drop your opinion in the comments. I'll be reading through them, and I can't wait to see what you think. And hey, if you're excited about DC finally taking some risks, you've got to check out our breakdown on James Gunn's upcoming Batman project. Because trust me, the way these threads are connecting, it's all leading somewhere. And you won't want to miss how it comes together. Before you go, if you enjoyed hanging out here today, do me a quick favor: hit that like button, share this video with a friend who's into DC, and subscribe so you don't miss any of the crazy updates that are about to hit. This is just the beginning of the new DC universe, and it's already getting wild. So yeah, first look at Joker in Mike Flanagan Clayface movie. Creepy. Different. Totally unexpected. And maybe, just maybe, the start of something much bigger.